Bam! Personal vlog. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you guys as always so much for being a part of this community that is looking to travel and move and further their life in some form or the other. I think it's really cool that people want to get up and go places for whatever their reasons might be. I think it's so cool and it always keeps me coming back, wanting to knock on your door, get to know you a little bit better, talk to you a little bit more, and build this relationship. So I want to talk about a little bit more candidly my personal experience as a student in Australia, in Canada, and in UK. Please bear in mind when I talk about a personal experience, they are my personal experiences, so you may or may not agree with them, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they were the things that I experienced. Number two, I always say this when I talk about student life stuff or student visa stuff or anything to do with a student. I have not been a student since 2000, long time ago. But I think like the last time I was in school was like 2011, and then I did my undergrad in 2009 or 8, and then I did my master's in 2009, 10-ish. So everything was, you know, relatively a long time ago, where a lot of things have changed in the last couple years. So anyways, being a student in Canada is really, really cool. I think that the jobs that you have in terms of working on campus are really, really great. Like, you can make a lot of money. I didn't get taxed when I was working in Canada on campus, so like at some jobs I was making between $15 and $20 an hour. If you end up getting a scholarship, which I did also, it was really cool, so it gives you more spending money. I also found that like tuition in Canada is also like considerably lower than a lot of other countries. I mean, again, it's my comparison with the other countries I've been in. Like when I was looking at doing my doctorate in Australia, I was blown away with how expensive it is, and I have no idea how the Australian economy is able to even like convince people to come from other countries and study there. But maybe I was just looking at like the really, really expensive programs in schools. So that was like a big kicker. So I think that's like really cool that even when I was researching international student prices in Canada, they were comparable to some of the local tuitions in a lot of the other countries, and I think that's really cool. In Canada, the other thing is like, in terms of a social life, I found the best social life I had was in UK, in Wales. We had a really, really good community of friends. Like, we had a big group of us and we were like a big happy family. We used to go out for like Sunday breakfast, and we used to go out for occasional dinners through the week. It was really nice, and I found even though I was in like the small town in Wales, like Wales, I guess itself has a very small population, I had so much fun there, and I thought Wales was absolutely beautiful. There's so much like history there. There's so many beautiful castles, so much greenery, and it was just amazing. I know it sounds like a bit of a dud, like compared to like maybe going to New York City or California, but I had so much fun there. The thing that I found was tougher in Wales was getting a job, and the wages were like nothing. Like, I feel like as an international student, it's like impossible to work, especially in a place like Wales, as an international student and be able to pay your, I can't talk, and pay your tuition on your own. Like, if your intention is to go and study in UK and then like work and then make the money to pay off your tuition, oh my god, just, you will get nothing done. Like, you will not be able to study properly or go to school properly or go to work, because you will feel so divided. On the other hand, I didn't feel that way when I was in Australia. I was only like a student for about, I think, 1 term there, and I didn't feel like, even though the tuition was relatively high, the cost of earning, like the amount you can earn, is also high. Mind you, because I work as a personal trainer, maybe I can earn more than like most people. I don't know, like I don't know what else like maybe retail, you don't earn as much money, but there are a lot of jobs in Australia that pay really well. The thing that doesn't happen in Australia that a lot of students do in Canada is work at a bar, and you make a lot of money like cash in hand because you're getting a lot of tips. So in Australia, tipping is not really customary, mostly like because the servers make enough money through their wages, people don't really tip, and I found that so bizarre. So that was like a really big thing. Nightlife wise, I was in Sydney, so it was incredible. There was always something going on. There's always something for someone no matter what they're interested in. Like you could be into music, you could be into like electronic music, you could be into like good food, you could be into like just chilling on a boat, and like Sydney caters to everything, which I thought was amazing. Again, I lived and worked in downtown and lived by the beach, so maybe my life was a little bit different. Whereas in Canada, if you're not like living in Vancouver or a really, really posh part, it's really hard to get all of those elements. So I feel like there's like the lifestyle thing, and then there's like where you're living, and then there's social life, and then there's earnings. So I think overall, I liked my experience in each of these countries, but they were very, very different. So on a tuition level, they were very different. In terms of accommodation, like if you're staying on campus in any of these countries, you're looking at paying more money anyways. So you're better off getting like a private housing or like sharing a room with someone a little bit off campus, and it gives you more flexibility with what you can do, what you can eat, especially if the cafeteria is a part of like your housing, in which case you can only go into the cafeteria and eat when it's open. Like if it opens at 3 and you're hungry at 2, well, you gotta go and buy food at 2. So I don't know, those sort of elements. And then when it comes to books and stuff like that, they're expensive everywhere, you guys. Like academic books, or yeah, I guess academic books are so expensive. Like they range $100 upwards no matter where you are. Some courses don't even require you to have books anymore, like where the professor just makes you print out a whole bunch of reading material and you have to do a lot of essays and stuff. But that's like if you're in a more theoretical course. If you're like more in a science course, that's not the case really. So I think now, like in the last 5 or 10 years, a lot of things have changed. But I think overall, I know people keep asking me like where they should go, if they should go to Australia or Canada or UK or Dubai or whatever. I've never been to Dubai, but I feel like every country has its own uniqueness to offer. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit like on a more personal level, as opposed to just giving you guys like information, and maybe that helps you understand a little bit more. Like I feel like the friends that I made in Australia were the best kind of friends I ever made. I found it a lot easier to build that personal connection in Australia out of any other country that I've ever lived in. Like even in Canada, after coming back after years away, I find it harder to build relationships here. Like I think it's a little bit different, and I don't know why that is. But I found when I was in Australia, like I picked up friends and made friends really quickly. And it was the same thing when I was in the States as well. Like I made friends in the US very, very quickly. And I don't think that has anything to do with Canadians as a people. I think it's more of a cultural thing. I think Canada's a beautiful place. Canadians are very, very nice. I love that I'm Canadian. I love that this place is my home. But I also think that every country has its elements. So anyways, I wanted to make this video really, really short. And I just kind of really wanted to compare these 3 places with you guys on a very quick sort of like level in terms of conversation, and hopefully it gives you guys a little bit more of an understanding of each of these places. When I was in Wales, by the way, I didn't have any like originally Welsh friends, which really sucks. Like I didn't actually know very many Welsh people. The funny thing is I've actually met more Welsh people outside of Wales. So anyways, in case you guys were wondering why I didn't say anything about that. So hopefully this little quick pep talk helped you guys decide a little bit more about where you might want to live or go or study or travel or explore. I have a lot more videos coming up for you guys in the next couple weeks. I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support. Always remember, there's enough hate and negativity in the world. Let's promote strength. Let's promote love. Let's help each other rise up. Please share this video with anyone you know who could use it. Remember, all of us can succeed. There's enough room in this world for all of us to be successful and happy. Think strong always, and until next time, take care. Bye.